Not since 2010's Force Unleashed 2 has there been a single-player Star Wars game allowing you to step into the role of a lightsaber-wielding Jedi warrior. Now we have Jedi Fallen Order, which delivers on that rich tradition in a masterful blend of Souls-like action and Metroid-inspired platforming. Fallen Order puts players into the role of a swashbuckling, though rather reluctant, Jedi. You climb along walls, swing on ropes, and of course take on the Empire, along with a variety of deadly predators, with your trusty lightsaber. While the laser sword makes you the most dangerous person around, every enemy is more than capable of taking you down. They also tend to come at you in small groups, often creating very challenging combat situations even against basic foes. Because health and healing items are limited, you have to be just as good at playing defense as offense. Defense takes the form of both dodging and blocking. A well-timed block will parry the opponent's blow and open them up for a riposte, but otherwise drains the poise meter, so a character can't block indefinitely. Additionally, some enemy attacks are unblockable and must be dodged. Fortunately for the protagonist, attacks are well telegraphed, with unblockable ones preceded by an audio cue and the attacker flashing red. Like other Souls-likes, learning how to react appropriately to each attack is critical. Of course, as a Jedi, you also have access to the Force. Fallen Order keeps it fairly simple, focusing on push, pull, and slow powers in addition to Force-augmented lightsaber strikes. Using a power drains the character's Force gauge, which only refills through lightsaber strikes in regular combat. The game does a good job of keeping Force powers balanced with the lightsaber. Using one at the right time can generate an extremely effective result, but it always feels like a special thing, instead of a replacement for swordplay. Outside of combat, you have 4 expansive planets to explore, along with several more linear levels. Progressing along the main path is easy, but finding all the cosmetic chests, secret bonuses, and XP-granting Force echoes takes a keen eye along with some lateral thinking. To make things easier, your helpful droid will display a holographic map of the area, complete with indicators for if you have completely explored a zone and found all of its collectibles. The map is also useful in backtracking to your ship when you want to go somewhere else, or to find a meditation point when you need to heal up. The map also indicates areas that are not accessible or are newly accessible based on your current skills. As the game progresses, you'll gain the ability to wall run, jump higher, breathe underwater, push obstacles, and pull ropes towards you. In addition, your character is quite adept at climbing along ledges and sliding down slippery slopes. It can get a bit repetitive to constantly be scaling walls as if you're playing Assassin's Creed, but it does provide variety, along with some truly memorable moments. Like in combat and exploration, the terrain elements you can interact with are clearly, though not obnoxiously, indicated, making figuring out the puzzles fairly easy. While Jedi Fallen Order was clearly inspired by the Souls-like genre, it doesn't aspire to quite that level of challenge. Even on the hardest difficulty level, only a few fights give you a truly stern test. Even those can feel like a dodging marathon more than a true measure of your reflexes. Damage and healing are calibrated to where an experienced player will rarely be running low on resources by the time the next meditation point is reached. Basically, Fallen Order is fairly forgiving. The thrill of victory isn't quite as intense, but the hours of frustration to defeat a single boss aren't there either. The description of Youngling's First Dark Souls is not entirely without merit, however. Misreading enemy patterns can quickly prove lethal, and you certainly won't get away with simple button mashing. Tactical thinking is also vital. It's far better to draw enemies back to you and fight them one-on-one than to rush them in and fight everything at the same time. Due to the risk of dying twice, at a number of points I decided to just grind out the next skill point by repeatedly killing the same enemies near a meditation point, since levels are automatically banked, rather than risk losing it all. Unlike similar games, Fallen Order does not contain a real New Game Plus mechanic. While you can start a new game with the same character and any unlocked aesthetic items, all of your skills are reset. Additionally, the game is exactly as hard as it was before. There's also not a whole lot of variation in playstyles to try. There's some options around which planets to visit first, or skills to focus on, but overall every playthrough will feel similar to those that came before. That being said, the content is so good that it's not hard to play over and over again. The visuals and sounds in this game are absolutely stunning. It feels like you've been dropped right into a Star Wars movie. Character animations are fluid and lifelike, especially in lightsaber combat. Each planet has a distinct look and feel, while still carrying consistent visual clues as to which objects can be used for platforming. There are no loading screens other than the time you spend traveling through hyperspace, and even that is filled by banter between your crewmates. The sounds, music, and voiceovers in the game are equally impressive. From the hum of a lightsaber to the sound of blaster fire, every moment feels authentic to the universe.
We'll win easy.
Taking Jedi. Take that. Your fate is sealed.
All the cutscenes, especially those drops from hyperspace, are practically movie quality, which is particularly impressive when you consider that they include all the customization you can do to your apparel, weapon, droid, and ship. Unlocking these customizations is accomplished by finding hidden crates throughout the game, and each fits seamlessly with the others. Not a single item or combination of items feels out of place. The only disappointment, and this is rectified by playing a second journey with the same character, was the inability to select your lightsaber blade color until very late in the game. The morality in Star Wars is pretty straightforward. Jedi are good, Empire is bad. Fallen Order follows this tradition to a T. While your character has its flaws, they mostly revolve around dealing with the trauma of Order 66. There are no real decisions to be made, barely any dialogue trees, and no moral quagmires to unravel either. With the lack of any inappropriate content, there's nothing to worry about here. As a result, Jedi Fallen Order easily gets a 5 out of 5 for morality. I'm giving it a perfect 5 out of 5 for quality as well. The game is simply outstanding. The entire journey, from Braca to the climactic lightsaber duel, is one worth taking over and over again. I hope the Force is as strong with the upcoming sequel, Jedi Survivor.
So where to now?